5 minutes later, we were all down at the lake, standing on the moss above this little tiny beach of grainy sand, staring out at the water. I couldn't believe we were actually doing this. Skinny dipping? With Galen and Mia? What if I got excited? I don't know if I mentioned this before, but Galen was a pretty good looking guy. The last thing in the world I wanted was to see him naked. I didn't want to see anyone naked except Liam, at least not when I was naked too. And then there was Mia seeing me naked. I didn't want her laughing at me or comparing me to Liam. But it's not like I could say no to skinny dipping, not without looking like a complete idiot. None of us had started undressing yet, and I think it had something to do with the light. It was twilight, the exact moment between night and day. It was sort of breathtaking. The water lapped gently against the shore, and the fish were feeding. So everywhere you looked there was a splash, like giant raindrops. I imagined I'd somehow become miniaturized, and I was standing at the edge of a puddle at the start of a rainstorm. The universe was suddenly such a massive, awesome place, and I knew deep in my bones that I was just this tiny, completely insignificant part of it. But somehow that made it even more amazing. "Well," Galen said, breaking the silence. "This was your idea," Mia said. "That means you go first." "You guys are such pussies," Galen said, suddenly kicking off his shoes, then chucking off his shirt. "Are we sure we want to do this?" Liam said. "It's going to be cold." "Really cold," Mia said. "I doubt there's been a single really sunny day since winter." "I mean it," Galen said. "Pussies." With that, he yanked down his pants, boxers and all, and kicked them aside. I was standing behind him, and I made a point not to stare. But he had the kind of ass that was impossible not to notice, round and dimpled. His back was incredible too, lean and rippled with muscles. Then there were his shoulders and arms, which were the best kind of broad, like those of a natural athlete, not the kind of guy who's a slave to the gym and his protein supplements. His whole body was this golden brown, like toasted marshmallows. How was it that he didn't have tan lines? And if there was hair on his legs, it was lighter than the stuff on his head, so his whole body looked hairless, like he'd been buffed clean. Then again, I was only seeing him from behind, and like I said, I wasn't staring.